Hi everyone. Today I want to talk with you about the 7 C's framework strategy for online marketing. You can implement this strategy in your own business or brand through online channels like social media or your own website. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first C in the framework. Core goals. The first thing you should determine in your online marketing strategy are your goals. If you're operating a business, you know that your main goal is to sell your product or service, but figuring out the best way to reach your market is the first step. And you do that by deciding what your core goals are. Are they to educate, to engage, or connect with your market? Whatever they are, your goals lay the foundation of your online presence. The next C in the marketing framework is context. Contextual elements will help tell your market or potential customers who you or your business is using implied, sort of subconscious associations. This includes things like the font, the colors, and layout of your website or social media pages. In this process, keep your core goals in mind. A good rule of thumb is that simpler is usually most often better. You don't want to have too many colors or too many different fonts because those usually end up confusing or discombobulating your visitors. Next, we have content. This includes the actual substance, the material that you put on the websites in whatever fonts or colors that you chose. This even includes videos and images, along with copywriting any text that appears on the website. And when you're writing this text, though, it's a good idea to consider keywords for search engine optimization. And remember that your homepage or your landing page is the most important. You want to keep your visitors on your website for as long as possible. A good way to do this is to have a call to actions on your homepage. We'll touch on those in another slide. Another essential part of this framework is building a community online. You want to allow your customers, or potential ones, to be able to engage with your business. This is best done on social media sites because users can very easily comment and interact with you. You just have to be sure to engage back with them. One way to build community on your website, though, instead of social media, is to have a professional blog. It will allow visitors to learn more about you and meet others who are also interested in what you provide. You can also do this through the use of influencers and crowdsourcing. It's a good idea to consider the type of influencer if you use them, because different influencers will influence different types of markets. And as it is, you won't build a community if you don't communicate. You want to make it as easy as possible for your market to be able to reach out to you and ask questions. Always put a few means of communication on the homepage of your website. You want to keep the barriers low for potential customers to be able to reach out to you. This type of two-way communication is best, but AI chatbots can be used on websites to help people answer their questions because everybody is not available 24/7. You also need to consider different channels of commerce in your approach to online marketing. Do you want your product to be sold on multiple platforms, like on social media, an app, Amazon, and your website? Or do you want to exclusively sell your product on only your website, or an app, or Amazon? Whatever you decide, certain channels will best serve different types of customers. It's also good to consider whether or not you want to establish customer loyalty programs here. And the seventh C of our framework is connection. You want to promote engagement or connection with your customers as soon as possible. Including calls to action like shop now or buy here on your website helps to do this, especially including them on your homepage. They also help to further lower the barriers between your customer and your product. If you establish a good connection with your customers, you are also helping to build loyalty with them too. And we all know how important loyal customers are. So, 7Cs are essentially the marketing framework for developing and maintaining your business's online presence. If you establish your core goals and decide on what contextual elements and the type of content you want to have, then you can begin to develop an online community, and then you can further your communication, your commerce, and your connection with your customers. And quickly, I'd like to address the source I used to help me with this presentation, the 2022 edition of Marketing by McGraw-Hill Education. If you have any questions or comments, I'm very happy to answer them. And that's it. Thank you, everyone.